Today we're down here at the Frankfort Reclaimed Water Facility, and I'm here with Bob Oerther, and I just wanted to talk to you a little bit, Bob, about your history here. When were you hired here?
I was hired in 1990, left the state after 20 years, and took this job as facilities manager for the Frankfort Sewer Department, and enjoyed 16 years of work here, and then I retired. But I worked with Dr. Mims, and we got this aquaculture paddlefish fingerling production thing going, and I actually took a course at KSU, a graduate course in aquaculture, and so that's how it started.
Well, Bob, there's something kind of unique about this plant that you don't see at other wastewater treatment plants, and that's the ozone. Can you tell us a little bit of the history of why they're using ozone here and some of the benefits of using ozone?
The reason why ozone is used at the Frankfort plant is because early in the history, back in the 1970s, the city wanted to build the state-of-the-art wastewater plant. And there had been some chlorine accidents on the Ohio River where chlorine leaked from a barge that got hung up on Markland Dam, and it killed a lot of the trees on the other side of the river, and people had to be evacuated. And so this facility, located right across from the distillery, where they have a lot of employees, and there's a subdivision close by, it was a safety issue, so they wanted to use a disinfectant that would not have that problem. And so ozone was selected, and at that time it was the state-of-the-art, and it worked out successfully. And it's a powerful oxidant, which even helps to break down organic materials that don't necessarily get treated in a wastewater plant. They tend to pass through, some of them do. But ozone is a non-toxic disinfectant, and it's not like chlorine where you would have chlorinated hydrocarbons that could have some toxicity.
Thanks, Bob. Back in 2003, I think you first contacted me, and I think it was shortly after you took that class in 2001, is that right?
That's correct.
Doing aquaculture, and then you suggested I come down here and maybe look at the Daphnia that were collecting the clarifiers, and my first response was, there's no way I'm coming down there to do anything with fish. But in 2005, I think you convinced me to come down here, and that's at that time you showed me what are the several of the things you showed me that convinced me to, start raising fish down here.
Well, it showed you that the wastewater was meeting its biomonitoring requirements. There was no toxicity in it, and that we had plenty of Daphnia as the fish food for the young paddlefish that are just coming off the yolk sac. And in fact, we threw a plankton net in the clarifier and seined some of them out, and he says, "Oh my goodness, you have a perfect stuff." And so that's how I got started.
You also showed me quite a few tanks that hadn't been used in years.
Yes, we had two tanks that were built in 1954. They were anaerobic digesters, and they really weren't being utilized because we were going to build a new aerobic digester. So I said, "You're welcome to these. They're already piped up, got everything you need."
Since that time, we've gone to Winchester, London. We've even gone as far as Arizona, looking at different decommissioned plants and the opportunity that they can serve for aquaculture. So we really appreciate you having the original fortitude to try to convince us to come down here. So we're just here to thank you, and this is all we have to say today. This is Bob Oerther and Steve Mims.